going to try using AirPods this morning and see if it makes a difference as far as the sound in this car. I don't know if when I recorded yesterday it was picking up on Bluetooth or if it was the phone, and I didn't even listen to the sound for that matter, but yeah, we'll just try to figure out what works here so I can capture stuff as well as I can. So it is Thursday now. It's January 3rd. It is day 3, obviously, and I lost a little over a pound yesterday. And I figured that I would because I knew that I was just carrying a lot of water weight, and that's what happens a lot of the time. When we initially start to lose weight or decide to lose weight, there's a very rapid, lose at least a couple of pounds right away. And that's because we just, carry around a lot of excess water and also there are varying studies and reports and literature on this, but also a lot of excess residue or deposits in our colon and stuff like that, which is pretty nasty stuff. But anyway, it is it's good because it's motivational at first, but then it's like, yeah, it's not easy though, I never consider when I start to lose weight or make a conscious effort to lose weight that it's going to be easy. So it's nice to have those first couple of days of all right, it's an induction thing, and I'm trying to get used to eating better and, drinking, the right fluids at the right times and hydrating and, staying away from the calories and the carbs and all that stuff, and you're not perfect the first couple of days, first couple of weeks, and you're just not perfect in general, but it's nice to sort of be able to lose in spite of, not being perfect for those first couple of days. So that's where I am now. It wasn't perfect yesterday. I ended up, there's a lot of leftover Christmas junk in my desk at work, so I was kind of in that mid-afternoon, late afternoon snack mode that I sometimes get into. And, I think what was happening was I was actually thirsty and not hungry, but it's also more a force of habit for me because I just get to the point where I'm bored and I'm looking for something to do and I go to snacking. And that's sort of a behavior that I've created over time. And I also have sort of associative eating habits. If I sit and watch television at night, I tend to want to snack while I'm doing that. And it's hard because television at night is actually sort of a bonding thing with Jack. It's something that he enjoys doing. He'll put on The Big Bang Theory. That's what we're watching right now. And and likes to sit and just watch television. So I don't want to deprive him of that. I certainly also have more productive things I might want to do or probably should do. And sitting and watching television isn't really a great behavior, but I'm trying to also meet him halfway, and it's almost a comfort thing for him. The familiarity of those characters on that show, really helps to sort of normalize him and stabilize him and keep him from being anxious and so I understand that works for him. So what I want to try to start doing at night maybe is incorporating a little bit of strength training. If I'm getting up first thing in the morning and doing cardio, there's just not enough time to really get in a good strength training workout. And it might also help me, just sleep, and it's definitely going to help overall with calorie burning because the more muscle mass you have, the more efficiently you burn calories, the more effectively you burn calories. So going to try to start incorporating that maybe tonight, just at least get the dumbbells out and do some curls and do some, maybe body weight exercises. And other than that, this morning I had coffee. I had a cup of tea when I got up before I got on the treadmill while I was getting Alex ready for the bus. Then I had prepared coffee and I put it in my travel mug so that I could have that on the way to work instead of a Rockstar, because I've gotten really bad about that. And that's really empty calories to have first thing in the morning, not a good idea. And I really want to try to start on the intermittent fasting again. And try to get to the point where I'm not having anything to eat until noontime. I'm not having anything to eat past about 8 p.m. And even if I'm doing that for just a couple of days a week, that would be good. Ideally, it'd be great to do it every day, but I'm also trying to be realistic about the weekends and the fact that we're out and about, and we make decisions to eat lunch whenever, or late breakfast, or early lunch. I think I already said that. So I want some flexibility there. And then the other thing is, I know that I'm not making great choices right now in terms of the actual food. Yesterday I had leftover rice and vegetables that I'd stir-fried, and obviously the rice, high carbs. I did also have leftover rice and chicken that I had made for Mary and I the other day, so that wasn't as bad. I did go get gas yesterday morning, and that's another behavior that I've kind of associated with eating, because in the mornings what I'll do is I'll get gas, and then I will get a breakfast sandwich or breakfast pizza or something like that, and a Rockstar. I had already had the Rockstar because I went to the grocery store the day before, so when I went to get gas yesterday, I made a conscious effort to not get a breakfast sandwich, and that worked out, so that was good. That was a good success. And so yeah, it's really about trying to identify those changes that are going to optimize weight loss in a way that's not really overly intrusive or overly unmanageable, overwhelming, whatever, and just to go from there and kind of take it one day at a time. I'm tracking my heart rate again on the treadmill to really make sure that I'm not maxing out, that I'm coming to it not easily, obviously, because you do have to challenge yourself in order to continue to accumulate mileage and distance and speed. But I am trying to be more intelligent about not just jumping into it and redlining, because that's not really an efficient way to get your system burning fat. You want to try to stay in that fat burning zone, and I'm trying to do that by making sure that my heart rate isn't pegged whenever I'm getting on the treadmill. So crept up a little bit today. I walked for 5 minutes, then I ran for 7, and then I walked for the rest of the way to complete the mile. And that's what I'm doing at this point. I'm just, every day I'm going to start with a 5-minute walk, then I'm going to run, and I'm going to continue to increase that run distance. Right now I'm staying at a consistent speed of 5 miles an hour. I'll continue to increase that distance, and then at this point I'm not running a mile, so I'm walking the rest of the distance to get to a mile. And then what I want to do is I want to start increasing the distance over a mile, so I'm running over a mile, and then I'll walk for the rest of the time so I get to 30 minutes, because I want to get to 30 minutes of exercise every day minimum, on the treadmill or outside or wherever. But I also don't want to ramp up too quickly, and I'm sort of taking the shorter distance amounts as a little bit of an induction period, because I'm going about it a little bit of an atypical way. Usually I do like an 8-week plan, and there's this particular flow that I follow, but it's really motivational to look at myself in the mirror right now, look at pictures, and just see, like, I'm just carrying a lot of weight, particularly in my face right now. I mean, I can see, looking at this camera, that I've got, like the nasty extra chin stuff happening, and my cheeks are big, and so I really want to just try to dial things in and get to where I'm losing weight and look more attractive, and just kind of go from there and get things worked out. So I'll continue to talk about the thoughts that are occurring to me, but right now there's nothing that's really occurring to me beyond the fact that I'm on the right track and I'm doing what I'm setting out to do, and I'm making those little changes, and just going to try to continue to sustain those changes over time, and then add to that, and just sort of compound on my returns so that I can get to the point that I want to be at. My goal right now, I was 204.9 this morning when I weighed in, and my goal at this point is my my initial goal obviously is to get under 200. After that, I'm looking forward to getting under 180. And then at 180, I'm looking at 165 as being, sort of my next goal. I don't know if that's going to be my final goal. I don't think so. I'd really like to get down lower than that, maybe down to 150, and then just sort of see how that is. But right now, I'm trying to just take things in bites, and 180 is sort of that, that next real big one. 200 is going to be something I'll hit pretty quickly here. But yeah, and then at 180, that's when sort of look at options as far as run plans and really start to firm up what I want to do in terms of races and stuff like that. So that's the plan, and just keep swimming.